And when you call people's names or when you write their names out in this context, it's as though they subconsciously hear you and they subconsciously respond.
Hey, ¿qué tal? Y bienvenidos de nuevo a Domina tu mente. El día de hoy les tengo esta sesión con la gran maestra metafísica Catherine Ponder, en donde nos dará varios tips que son esenciales para manifestar el bien que deseamos en nuestras vidas, ya sea en cualquier área, de relaciones personales, financieros, salud, y estoy convencido que lo aprendido en la clase de hoy, combinado con una buena dieta mental como la que nos enseña Neville y el señor Emmett Fox, puede darnos resultados bastante rápidos y efectivos. Oye, esta sesión te la dejo en audio original, pero también tienes el link en español en la caja de descripción y en el primer comentario. Así que sin más, espero que lo disfrutes.
Now, friends, another way that we can invoke the cleansing laws of prosperity, and of course this has to do with the emotional phases, you see, of prosperity that we're talking about here. We can cleanse our minds for prosperity by practicing forgiveness. There is prospering power in forgiveness. This is the emotional side of prosperity. Many people are never permanently prospered, no matter what else they do, because they're holding grudges and negative feelings toward other people. Until they get down to business and forgive, their prosperity does not come. Now, many people are afraid of the word forgive. It makes them uncomfortable to think about it because they have had a misconception of what the word means. The word forgive simply means to give up. Forgiveness is not an unpleasant, dramatic, outer act in which you say, I'm sorry, when you aren't. Instead, forgiveness is a pleasant inner act that leaves you at peace with yourself and other people. It's a private affair, this business of forgiveness. And so it's good to give yourself a universal forgiveness treatment every day. This keeps your mind and emotions cleared of negative feelings that can block your good. Negative feelings that you may be aware of, negative feelings that may be subconscious and you aren't aware of. Nevertheless, as you begin to declare forgiveness every day, it begins to happen for you. Now let's look at number 5 on the front of our decree sheet. This is a marvelous forgiveness statement to use every day. All that has offended me, I forgive. Within and without, I forgive. Things past, things present, things future, I forgive. I forgive everything and everybody who can possibly need forgiveness of the past or present. I forgive positively everyone. I am free and they are free too. All things are cleared up between us now and forever. Let's give ourselves a universal forgiveness treatment right now together. All that has offended me, I forgive. Within and without, I forgive. Things past, things present, things future, I forgive. I forgive everything and everybody who can possibly need forgiveness of the past or present. I forgive positively everyone. I am free and they are free too. All things are cleared up between us now and forever. Now, friends, to help make it easier for you, we have a forgiveness sheet in your kit, and you may want to take it home or take it back to your hotel room here tonight and work on it. Your forgiveness list. And you'll notice that point number 1, you list the people, organizations, situations, or experiences of the past or present whom you now forgive. Just simply write them out. And then you see the statement below that you can use. I fully and freely forgive. I loose you and let you go to your good quickly and in peace. All is cleared up between us now and forever. And then the second section, people, organizations, situations, or experiences of the past or present whom you desire to forgive you. And just go right ahead and write them out too. And then declare, you fully and freely forgive me. You loose me and let me go to my good quickly and in peace. All is cleared up between us now and forever. Now, friends, let's look at that section there, which comes out of some of my books. Here is a forgiveness technique that can transform your life. spend half an hour every day mentally forgiving everyone that you are out of harmony with or are concerned about. Subconsciously, they will respond. If you have accused yourself of failure or mistakes, forgive yourself too. Many people are never permanently prospered, no matter what else they do, because they have not done this. Until they forgive, their prosperity does not come. The word forgive simply means to give up. Forgiveness is a pleasant inner act that helps you give up negative emotions and clears away the blocks to your good. As you practice forgiving yourself and others daily, the results in increased health, wealth, and happiness will astound you. And so you'll want to work with your forgiveness list. A businessman in Florida, he was a retired businessman down there, and he told me one time that he felt that forgiveness had kept him whole and hearty in his mid-70s and out on the golf course having a marvelous time in retirement, when many of his friends in retirement were having all kinds of problems. They were having all kinds of health problems. They were having all kinds of emotional problems. He said that he had some friends who had retired, some business friends, and every time he played golf with them, they wanted to spend the whole time while they played golf talking about all their business problems of the past, all the people that had problems with in business, and so on. And he said that most of those people were very unhappy. They were having health problems, emotional problems, and so on. And so he was constantly talking to them about forgiveness, the prospering power of forgiveness. He had just taken a trip around the world with his new wife, and he was saying that forgiveness, he felt, was the formula and was the secret to his good health and to his happy way of life in retirement. And then a businesswoman told me, after she had heard this idea of the prospering power of forgiveness, she said, you know, that makes sense to me, because she says, I have a sister who is a millionaire today. She says she's a millionaire because of forgiveness. She said, we have had many problems in our family, and my sister has often had to forgive and give up and forgive and give up. And she says, every time she's forgiven, it seems to have just opened the way for more of everything to come to her. And she says, I feel that she is a millionaire today because of forgiveness. And so forgiveness prospers. Let's declare it. Forgiveness prospers. Together. Forgiveness prospers. Now, friends, it's an interesting idea and an easy one to work with, because the word forgive simply means to give up. And often the greatest way that we can forgive other people is simply to give up any ill thoughts about them, just to release them from our thinking entirely. Sometimes the way to forgive people is to give up any outer contact with them. You see, if we can't seem to get attuned to them, if we get out of harmony with them and can't seem to work it out, sometimes the greatest way to forgive them is just to give them up, just to claim our freedom from them. In any event, forgiveness is a constant process. Whenever there is a block to your good, whenever you've done everything you can and your good still seems to be blocked on any level of life, say to yourself, whom do I need to forgive? What experience or condition of the past or present do I need to forgive? Because you see, one person knowing and declaring the forgiveness idea can help dissolve a problem where many people are concerned. One person knowing about forgiveness is all that it takes. So often people say, well, if my husband knew this idea, if my wife knew this idea, if my boss, my neighbor, my friend, my relative, and so on. But one person knowing about forgiveness, making their forgiveness list, can help clear up problems for everyone concerned. A noted marriage counselor once said that a good marriage requires a lot of forgiveness. We might paraphrase that and say a good life requires a lot of forgiveness. A businesswoman one time attended a lecture on forgiveness, and at the close we had declared some of these forgiveness ideas, and so at the close on the way out she said, oh, I feel great. I've just forgiven everybody I know. And I said, well, that's wonderful if you can do it that quickly, but most of us, it takes a little longer. And I suggest you continue to declare forgiveness ideas every day for a while. I did not see that lady again for some time. When she again appeared, I said, well, how are you? How's everything? She said, oh, I feel terrible. She said, I've been working on forgiveness and I didn't know I hated so many people. And so it's a constant process. It's a constant process. And this forgiveness list will help you to make it so. But remember that forgiveness prospers. Forgiveness prospers. The nice thing about forgiveness this way is that you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to make any display about it. You simply clear your own thoughts and feelings, you see. And then other people will respond. Situations, conditions will respond. It's a marvelous way to invoke the cleansing law of prosperity. Now, sometimes people say, well, but I'm not the one that needs it. How do I get other people to forgive me? All right, just by writing out the names of the situations or the conditions in section 2, and then call those people's names and declare that they fully and freely forgive you, loose you, and let you go, and so on. Because everyone wants to forgive, whether they realize it or not consciously. And when you call people's names, or when you write their names out in this context, it's as though they subconsciously hear you and they subconsciously respond, because they really want to be free of the problem too. And so, again, you can work it very privately in that simple way.